Okay, so I wanted to come back with a part two to the body snatching video that I did a year ago. I saw a comment there where she asked me to do a part two. So this is the part two. Now, back then I didn't have enough space on my phone, and so I couldn't do it. But since I've been blessed with the ability to get a better phone with more space and a laptop with mad space, I could do the videos. Okay, so this is part two to Body Snatching Is Real. Now, I just found out today that my uncle Booboo, he just passed away, and I think it was like 2 days ago. I was editing a video where I was going to put like my pictures on the video with that song from Bia and Nicki Minaj. It's a whole lot of money, but I guess because of the copyrights, they didn't upload the video. They just posted like what I said or whatever in the description and the title. But when I was going through those pictures and picking the pictures, there go that sign right there. There was a picture of it was a picture of a screenshot that I took from my first Instagram to drown for, and it had a picture of me on there, and my uncle Booboo wrote under the post, he said, "You still looking like Janet Jackson." And when I was younger, he used to always say that to me. I love Janet Jackson. Like, she's total inspiration to me. Especially her back in the day. Right now she's chilling, so that's the vibe I'm on. So she's still total inspiration, and I fucks with her from the beginning to the end. So I had just read that comment, and it was like, I was like, damn, what's up with Boo Boo? And that was probably, most likely, what I'm understanding right now, that was him letting me know that he was basically on his way out of here, or he had already died. So being that I'm a medium, he came to me because he knows I'm going to believe him. So he came to me today, and he told me that I need to do the part two to body snatching. And so that's what I'm doing right now. This is my first, not really my first medium experience, but my first experience with a family member dealing with mediumship. Not with him, but with my cousin's husband. So one day I went to sleep, and in a dream I woke up sitting on a couch in a room, like a leather couch, like a brown leather couch. I never been in that apartment or nothing before, and I couldn't see nothing else in the room but me and him. I'm sitting on the couch, he's sitting next to me, and I look up and I see him, and I'm like, "Oh, what's good, Raheem?" So he like, "What's up?" He like, "I want to show you something." So I'm like, "All right." So he took me spiritually to where he was at in North Carolina. And I know it was a bunch of trees around. It was like down south, I don't know how to explain it, but a lot of certain areas down south, you won't find a lot of trees, but certain areas you will find a lot of trees. He was in an area where there was a lot of trees, even by the stores. And what happened was, what the story was on the news is that he ended up getting killed by two young boys, young black males, who was selling him weed. But in a dream, he showed me him running away from the dudes and them chasing him. He went into the woods and all of this shit. And he died there. He died out there or whatever. He got killed by them. Now, all I remember is him running into the trees. When he ran into the trees, he was showing me that he was trying to get away from them. But when we got to, like, I don't know, like, he was running so fast, but we ended up at this kind of like this building or whatever. Not a building, like a little house in the forest where it's kind of like nobody knows this house is there. And he showed me, like, we did like a remote viewing of what was going on in there. We didn't walk into it, but we could see through the walls. And he showed me my aunt, my cousin's mother. She was a real big lady. Now, my aunt is not that big, but the lady in the dream, I guess, well, yes, God confirmed that this is what she looks like spiritually. But physically, she looks like something else. So spiritually, she's a really heavy set lady, and she wears this short curly hair. It's like a brownish color. And she was sitting at a desk, and it was two boys came into her office. Looked like it was an office, but like an office in a house. And the dudes, she told the two dudes. Now, mind you, the dudes was the same dudes that went and killed him, right? The same dudes that went to jail for his murder. But when you look at them, you see their spirit, and like the spirit, basically, the two dudes were standing there, and I saw what they looked like in the physical realm. But what she did was, because their frequency was so low, and that they are always drinking lean and doing drugs and popping pills, that their body was easily attacked by demons and taken over. Body snatching. So she assigned these two demons to those two guys to kill my cousin's husband. If anybody knows the history between my cousin and that guy, she loved him tremendously. They was together since she was 12, but her mother never liked him. Her mother hated him. Her mother didn't want him with her. Her mother was mad when she had a baby by him. Her mother was mad when my cousin went to jail over being with him. I mean, any mother would be mad about the jail part, but it wasn't like my cousin was in a hotel room, but he had guns in there. They raided the room. She ended up going to jail, but she got out, and I don't know how long she was in there for, but basically the charges and stuff got dropped from what I understand, because it wasn't her stuff. So he ended up going to jail for 10 years, and when he got out, they got married. So he was in jail in Newark, if I'm not mistaken, and then she had moved to North Carolina. When he got out, he moved down there to be with her. They got married. And at the time when he got locked up, she was pregnant. And I was pregnant too. So we was both pregnant with our first child. We both had a son a month apart. So her son was born in June. My son was born in July. And mid-month and everything. Like, I think our kids is like 4 days apart. No, 3 days apart. So they a month and 3 days apart. So when her mother went down there to visit her, while they was down there married and everything, started, their family or whatever, there was an argument. This is what he told me. This is not something that I know from my cousin, because me and my cousin don't talk like that, because her mother don't fuck with me either. And her mother don't fuck with me because her husband tried to sleep with me, and I told her, and she kicked me out. Mind you, she asked me to come stay with her because my son's dad tried to shoot me. That's another story if y'all want to know that story, how I told her about her husband, what her husband did, and, why I was living there with her. I'll do another video for that. But Raheem told me to tell my cousin name is Kana. He told me to tell Kana